Hey guys, this is Chris and Johanna with Arkansas Extreme Outdoors. It's about 15 to 19 degrees outside, and we decided we're gonna show y'all how the old timers did it with no electricity, no running water. It's a little cold out here, but we got the fire going, and we're gonna show you exactly what we do, putting it all together and cooking it, and just hang tight and stick with us.
Hi guys, this is Johanna and Chris with Arkansas Extreme Outdoors, and we are outside in Snowmageddon 26, and my son's 27th birthday is today, and he has asked for a peach cobbler. So what do you do when it's snowing and you get outside and you make a peach cobbler? Alright, so we add 2 cans of peaches with the juice. And I'm going to take this, I don't know where our little knife that we normally cut this up with, we have like a little chopper. It works a lot better than, but you want your peaches a little bit smaller, that way everybody can get a bite.
And a lot of times when we forget a knife or something, we use the can that they come out of to cut the peaches up.
Yeah, if the can is,
it works pretty good.
Them off and they're clean, then maybe we'll do that. But my hands are cold. Sorry, guys. All right. So we got our little peaches. And we're gonna take a yellow cake mix. And we're gonna pour it on the top. All over. Take my little spoon and smooth it out a little bit. But we're not stirring it up. We're just making sure we got it evenly. And then we are gonna put some cinnamon. We like quite a bit on ours. Sometimes I put it underneath this too, just depending. When you put it on the outside, sometimes it gets a little dark looking. And we've got some sugar. We're going to add some sugar. It just gives it a nice little crunch on the top. Alright. Sometimes we'll add a little bit more liquid if it starts getting dry. On the ones with peaches, you don't necessarily have to add the Sprite like you do with some of the other ones, because those are drier cobblers. But on this one, it's got enough juice in the peaches. We've got a stick of butter, and we're going to take the wrapper off of that. We're going to cut it up, and we're going to put pats of butter all around, because that makes it nice and yummy. Usually one stick per cobbler works good for us. Sometimes we only use half a stick. It just depends on what kind you're making, or if you really want that much butter on it or not. I like mine with extra butter. I didn't quite use all of the butter, but I think it looks good. And let me make sure. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need to add any more liquid to it. And so we'll just go ahead and get the lid on it. And we'll get this over to the fire. All right, now Chris is getting the fire ready. Got our coals ready. We got them on the table. Ooh, it's cold out here. And I actually looked to see what the temperature was, so we weren't guessing. It says it's 26 degrees outside right now.
It's a warm front. All right, what we do, some people put coals underneath it. Some people put them around it.
We do a little bit of, well, it depends on the weather conditions outside too.
Yeah, we're going to just make a ring around it.
And then you'll put some on top.
Some on top.
To actually make it like an oven.
All right.
You got it.
And the thing about cooking like this,
It's tilting. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
it makes it tough because you can. Cast iron skillets don't like being cold to hot, and you can crack one if you put too much heat on it at one time.
But we've had this one inside with us, so it's like a room temperature from inside. So hopefully we won't have that problem.
And she was right. This is more like cooking for inside, but we can make it work.
Especially like if you're in an ice storm scenario where you're having to make do with what you've got. This would be a good way to get her done, right?
Yes. And like I say, I know there's folks in South Arkansas and Tennessee and Mississippi that got hammered with the snow, or the ice, should I say. Well, we just got sleet and some snow. So we haven't lost our power, but the temperatures are very, very cold. They're gonna get down to like 2 or 3 degrees tonight. But this is a cool way to, cook things, and we just like doing it. And even though it's cold outside, the heat from these coals and stuff, you can stay pretty warm, and you can cook anything you want in these things. But that's just our rendition of cooking a peach cobbler outside in the ice and snow, and give us about, I don't know, probably about 45 minutes to an hour since it's so cold outside. But periodically we'll come back and check it and take some pictures of it and let you see what it's doing as it cooks. It ain't been very long, but we're gonna check it anyway.
Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, looking right good. Yeah. All right. What do you say, about 20 more minutes?
If that long. Cold weather, I'm shocked it's cooking that good. But I got the coals right, and it's looking good, smelling good, and that's how we do it. We do peach, cherry, and then we do cobblers and everything else, and gumbo, chicken fried steak. It's fun. Sometimes it's a little bit of work, but like if you're going camping and stuff, man, this is the best way to go. And you try your luck at it. And here in, I think, April, we're going to be at the Conway Convention Center doing some of this. So maybe y'all could all come out. It's the Homestead. That's what it is. The Homestead Conference in Conway in April. So hopefully we'll get to see y'all there. It's been about 45 minutes, maybe not quite that long. And I think it's probably about ready. I had the coals right, and temperature, I don't know about the temperature outside's right, but the temperature inside's right. So let's see what this bad boy is going to look like.
Oh yeah. I think it's done.
All right.
You want to taste it? Careful, because it's hot. Don't burn your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's done.
All right, and this is what the finished product looks like. It smells fabulous. You did a good job, Chris.
And usually, like I say, when we're doing a lot of cooking for people, a lot of people, we do a double batch in there. 2 cake mixes.
Yeah. And we put parchment paper.
And we put parchment paper so that way you don't have to clean it so often. But this is a quick, easy recipe. A lot of people call it a dump cake. But and you can do, like I say, we make so many different kinds. We there's endless possibilities of what kind of cobblers you
if
can
you
make.
can dream it up, you can make
And,
it. All right. Well,
y'all, thanks for watching. If you don't mind, share it, look at it, subscribe to Arkansas Extreme Outdoors. We surely appreciate it. And like I say, we do this just because we like doing it. And hopefully other people will get into doing this, because this is a tradition that a lot of people don't do anymore. And it's fun and we enjoy it. Y'all have a good day.